2 days and two big attacks by Prime Minister Narendra Modi on the anti-black money drive. A day after his fierce attack in a speech in Goa, Modi blew the poll bugle in Uttar Pradesh as well, addressing his first election rally in Ghazipur, just 80 kilometers northeast of his own Lok Sabha constituency, Varanasi. In an impassioned speech, the Prime Minister did not spare his opponents, targeting the Congress for imposing emergency 41 years ago and Mayawati for her unaccounted poll donations and wealth. The Prime Minister once again expressed his pain at the difficulties being faced by the common man in the face of demonetization, but assured that the pain would be short-lived and help eradicate black money in the country.
हिंदुस्तान में अब बेईमानों के लिए कोई चारा नहीं। ये आतंकवाद, ये नक्सलवाद, ये दिन रात बंदूकें बम निर्दोष लोगों को मौत के घाट उतार दिया जाए, हमारे शहीद हो, हमारे नौजवान जिंदगी के सारे सपने तो भी बाकी हो, मां भारती के लिए बलि चढ़ जाए। ये आतंकवाद को पैसा कौन देता है? ये नक्सलवाद के पास रुपये कहां जाते हैं? ये उग्रवाद के पास पैसे कहां जाते हैं? भाइयों बहनों, सीमा पार से हमारे दुश्मन वहां पर नकली नोटे छाप छाप करके हमारे देश में घुसे गए। मुझे बताइए, क्या ये दुश्मनों की चाल चलने देनी चाहिए? ये दुश्मनों की चाल खत्म होनी चाहिए कि नहीं होनी चाहिए?
RPN Singh of the Congress Party is now joining us, first of all, for the reaction on the Prime Minister's speech at Ghazipur. Mr. Singh, how would you react to what the Prime Minister is saying? He's asking people to support him in the demonetization scheme aspect, and also saying that the Congress did the same by demonetizing 25 paise at one point. He has done what actually he is capable of, which is demonetize a higher currency.
Well, Maha, if he had not inconvenienced people and there had been some kind of protocol in place, he keeps talking of corruption amongst politicians. How many politicians in 2.5 years has he sent to jail? He keeps talking black money or politicians and stuff like that. Why didn't he start with the black money with his own politicians? We have so many scams in the BJP. What did he do about Vyapam and all? He didn't even utter a word. So giving all these bhashans about corruption, has any politician gone to jail in the last 2.5 years? He keeps talking about corruption. Why didn't he start with corruption within his own party?
But Mr. RPN Singh, he's also saying, and not today, but when he was in Japan, that this is perhaps the first step in the string of steps that the government plans to take on cracking down on black money.
Black money lying with farmers? Is black money lying with housewives? If what happened to the 80 lakh crores, he spoke about people who, all the money that is stashed abroad, all the big black money, people have kept their money abroad. What about that? We've seen in big industries leaving this country and the government hasn't managed to get them back. So it is only, he thinks the black money lies with people in Padrona, Kushinagar, Ghazipur, Banaras. And what happens to all the millions and crores of dollars that are lying abroad that he promised in the last election? We can understand the elections in Uttar Pradesh, Punjab, all the things that were hurting him, be it the Jawans, be it the farmers, all these issues he wanted to sweep under the carpet. He talks about corruption. Why didn't he put some politicians behind bars?
But he's also saying that it's the politicians who are inciting people to, be volatile and frustrated at the moment, whereas most people he interacts with seem to be happy that a step has been taken in the right direction.
Well, the only people we see him interacting are with industries where 1,12,000 crores of their dues have been wiped out. So those people must be extremely happy. But is he interacting with poor people of this country? Has he seen what the situation with housewives, with farmers, with people who have marriages, with students, with the common man is happening on the street? You being on the field also must have positively seen it. The whole country can see it, but the Prime Minister beyond industries cannot see anyone. If he wants to weed out black money, why didn't he go after those 1% people who have black money? What about those people who have millions of crores of money loaned out to banks? Why didn't he go after them? Why didn't he go after these big industries who are running out of this country?
Okay.
Why did he address them?
All right. RPN Singh, do stay on with us. On the other phone line, we also have with us Juhi Singh of the Samajwadi Party, ma'am. This is an out-and-out election speech that we saw in Ghazipur as Prime Minister Modi was addressing the Parivartan rally for the Bharatiya Janata Party ahead of the UP polls, and he directly attacked people with black money, clearly pointing a finger at politicians, saying that a lot of black money is stashed with them and they are inciting people to feel frustrated at this point when the BJP is trying to do something to eradicate black money.
The Prime Minister has invoked Ganga, he's invoked mothers, he's invoked his own security. He, after taking a decision, has asked everybody, I need 50 days, otherwise please punish me. So, I mean, do we small parties whom he's saying we've hoarded black money, how can we incite people? He should talk to the people who are standing outside the ATMs, send some of his huge big party karyakartas to the villages to see what's happening there. Soon there's going to be absolute lawlessness out here because the Reserve Bank has not really thought of how to implement this measure. He can conveniently say that the political parties are opposing it, but, putting a cap into the entire economy, stopping us from withdrawing our own money are the people who have accounts. Are they black money holders? Are they Naxals? Are they terrorists? And on top of that, just taking it very, very lightly. I mean, the finance minister is smiling. Mr. Modi says interacting with some people, I don't know which people. So, and then actually mostly blackmailing. I would like to see the series of movies Matrix, where you live in an unreal world and you decide everything according to your own. So,
do you think the Prime Minister is also, the government and the BJP has been indicating that people in Uttar Pradesh, specifically political parties, because of this sudden clampdown on not being able to use the black money for campaigns, are perhaps even more agitated at this point?
Not at all. He can say it, but I would love to have a CAG audit on this entire procedure and also how he is carrying out his Parivartan Yatra, getting his Gandhis, Phool Malas and other things. They are the ones, but we are really not, that is not the issue for us as a Samajwadi Party at all. He can say it for his own convenience, but that's not why we are, looking for gaps in the implementation. The people are really worried, and he should listen to them and try to make some modifications.
All right, Juhi Singh and RPN Singh, many thanks for speaking with India Today on this crucial issue of demonetization. The Prime Minister there in his speech in Ghazipur assuring that the days of the corrupt are limited, that they are looking for sleeping pills at this point in time, as 500 and 1,000 denomination notes have now been made invalid. Joining us with more details is Rohit Singh, our correspondent from Ghazipur. Rohit, at that venue there, a lot of people were gathered to listen to the Prime Minister, and he used the demonetization issue to rally support ahead of the Uttar Pradesh elections, clearly.
Well, you're right, Maha. It was an out-and-out electoral speech that the Prime Minister was making in Ghazipur. And remember, the way he started by thanking the people of Uttar Pradesh. He said that during Lok Sabha elections, Uttar Pradesh gave more than 70 MPs out of 80. And because of which that the government in Delhi was formed, and now today that government is cracking down on hoarders and people who are holding black money. So it was an electoral speech, and he was also making a passionate appeal to the people, because he knows that at this point of time, the common man is facing a lot of inconvenience. So he's repeatedly convincing them and trying to tolerate this problem for another 50 days, following which there will be some sort of a revolution and a systemic change that is going to take place in the economy. So this was an out-and-out electoral speech.
All right. Rohit, many thanks for joining us with those details from Ghazipur in Uttar Pradesh.